Don't read it out loud, but yeah, you know.
Oh, somebody asked?
Somebody asked me that.
Oh, well, you know what I would do.
What would you do?
Are we filming?
Yeah, we're filming.
Oh.
Over the last few weeks, I've asked you some questions on Instagram. And no, I haven't. You have asked me some questions on Instagram. And today, I have receipts. How are your plants? Did they survive? Last time I saw them, they were withered. Well, it turns out you have to water them. And I was not told this. I don't know. I thought 1 week would be all right, but 1 week was not all right. You know what I mean? It turns out you have to water them daily. So basil is a tricky plant. I say that, but they all died. They literally all died. They all died within a week. I'm a horrible caretaker. I can't take care of plants. So don't tell me to watch over your cat if you leave for the week. That would be a risky move. Do you prefer to keep the beard or not? I don't know. Sometimes I shave it. Sometimes I let it grow. You know, just kind of whatever I'm feeling. But, oh well, shall I send you money for the barber? It seems you don't love the mustache. If anything, that's making me want to grow it out of rebellion and hurt. Are you married? Not quite yet, no. Did you teach yourself to read music, play a piano, keyboard, and guitar and songwriting? Well, I mean, I taught myself how to play guitar and sing and all of that. But music, I never learned how to read music. I still don't know how to read music. It's a bit embarrassing. But, you know, I don't know. To me, guitar was always something that I just learned to accompany my singing so that I could play an instrument and not just do a cappella stuff, you know? So, it's kind of just what I need it to be, which is enough. Tu préfères les Américains ou les Français? Les Italiens. Voilà. Non, c'est vraiment la question, tu dis un truc ou l'autre, de toute façon t'énerves 60 millions de personnes ou 300 millions de personnes. Donc tu peux pas vraiment gagner. Non, j'adore les Français, j'adore les Américains. Moi j'adore tout le monde. Moi je suis comme ça, moi. C'est la vérité, je passe énormément de temps en France et j'adore le second degré que je ne capte pas la plupart du temps. Je suis désolé à tous mes potes, ils savent très bien de quoi je parle. Mais j'adore en fait. Parce que ça se charrie à droite à gauche tout le temps. Ça, les Américains, effectivement, ils font beaucoup moins. Mais j'adore aussi le côté ultra positif aux États-Unis, le côté hyper friendly et tout. Donc je sais pas, moi je trouve que les Américains sont top, les Français sont top. Tout le monde est top, au fond. On est tous pareils. Ah, c'est beau. What's your favorite food in Paris? Kebab. I just pissed off 60 million people. I have experienced snow. I actually love skiing. I grew up skiing with my family every winter. I spent a lot of time skiing in Santa Cruz with some friends. We kind of had a little skiing group that was super fun. We would go to Lake Tahoe. Sorry about that, I was licking orange juice off my finger. I wasn't just kissing my own hand. Where was I? Skiing in Lake Tahoe. Yes, I didn't get to do that last year, which I was very sad about. But this year, I promised my friend Sean that we would go. So Sean, we're going skiing, baby. What are your biggest musical inspirations and what are your favorite music genres? I always struggle really hard with that question. When I meet people and I tell them I make music, they always say, oh, what kind of music do you make? Or they say, what's an artist that you kind of sound like? And I really struggle. Not that my music is so, you know, incredibly unique and unlike anything you've ever heard, but it's just like, you guys tell me. I mean, my stuff is so inconsistent, I think, in a way. Like this last album I did, literally there was like 2 bossa nova songs followed by like 3 country songs. So I don't know. Sometimes I kind of want to like make a reggaeton song. Sometimes I want to make like straight country. Sometimes I want to make French pop, you know? So I struggled to say really, but I would say those are the genres that I listen to and tend to make. Do you read DMs? I sure do, and I'll be looking for yours. I'm sorry if I haven't responded. I sometimes will miss a message, you know. I do apologize. In which city do you live? I just moved to France 2 weeks ago. I actually don't live in France. I think a lot of people think that I live in France because I make a lot of French stuff. I sing a lot of French songs. I actually live in Los Angeles. I live in California. I've lived here for like a year. Prior to that, I lived in Santa Cruz. Prior to that, I lived in the Silicon Valley. I've been in California for the past 14 years of my life. I moved to California when I was 10 from France. So, and there's a helicopter. And that's how you know I live in LA, baby. Because that's every 35 seconds. What's your favorite live performance? Hey, Connie, what's going on? What is your favorite live performance show you have done? I would say the Hotel Cafe one that I did in June was really special. I had a lot of friends come from kind of different corners of LA and from different corners of California. I don't know, the sound was so dope in that place. The energy was great. The band that I was with, Bob Conti, Matthew Gurman, and Sal Guglielmi. Guglielmi? Sorry, I butchered your last name, Sal. I don't know why. But it was just, yeah, the vibes were great. It had kind of a bossa nova ambiance to it, I think, especially with the bongos and everything. It was just a great vibe. I really liked it. I'm gonna post more from that performance because I only posted Not Complicated, and I did a long set. I think I did like 13 or 14 songs, which isn't that long of a set, but you get what I'm saying. Which school did you graduate from? UCSC. I graduated from the University of California, Santa Cruz, with a bachelor's in economics, and I plan on hopefully never using it. Do you think I'm French or English? Well, your username is Chateau Margaux, so I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Irish. Qu'est-ce qui t'a poussé à devenir chanteur francophone et anglophone? Eh bah, les circonstances de ma vie, les circonstances de ma life. Hein, j'ai grandi en France, je suis né en France, j'ai déménagé aux États-Unis quand j'avais 10 ans, donc je suis francophone, anglophone. Voilà, ça fait 14 ans que je suis aux États-Unis, donc j'ai maintenant passé, c'est dingue, honnêtement c'est irréel à dire, mais j'ai passé plus de temps aux États-Unis qu'en France, ce qui est encore choquant pour moi, je sais pas pourquoi. C'est juste le fait d'être bilingue, biculturel, ça me paraît logique. En fait, j'ai beaucoup écrit en anglais pendant la première partie, on va dire, de ma carrière. Et là, récemment, les quelques dernières années, j'ai commencé à écrire en français, et en fait je kiffe. Et c'est différent, ça... Je sais pas, parfois je me sens inspiré, j'ai envie d'écrire en français, parfois, donc voilà. What's your favorite vegetable? Man, well, that's a real question, isn't it? I like a bell pepper, you know, I like a nice bell pepper, you know what I mean? They come in all sorts of different colors, you get a lot of variety. I'm not mad at a Brussels sprout either, and if you hand me a broccoli, I'll shake your hand, so... I like vegetables, you know. What's a good vegetable? I could destroy a mushroom any day. I'll f*** up a mushroom. Any street concerts happening in Paris, maybe? No, but I'm thinking about doing a concert in Paris. Should I do a Paris show? You tell me. If y'all comment that you want a Paris show, I will do a Paris show. And to be honest with you, I'm going to do a Paris show whether or not you comment. That's 100% something I'm working on. So just stay tuned. I'm thinking Christmas. No promises, but it's gonna happen. Why are you so cute? Stop it. You better stop it. If you were a fan, what would you do to support you? That is a very sweet question of you to ask, and I really appreciate it because it gives me an opportunity to self-promote a little bit. Here's what I would say. First of all, if you watch any of my videos, if you follow, if you listen to any of my music, that's already more than I expect. Everybody's busy, and I really appreciate you guys giving me any kind of amount of time of your busy days, so thank you for that. If you want to support a little bit extra, there's a few things you can do at kind of every level. If you have a couple dollars and you want to help support an independent artist, such as myself, I think the best way to do that is always to pick your favorite song and go on iTunes and buy the song, whether it's me or any other artist. So that's like $1.99, $2 or something like that. That goes straight to the artist, and it's a good way to pitch in a couple bucks. So that's number one. And then obviously there's, you know, the number one thing, which is if you want some merch, you can buy some merch. So actually, I'm really glad you asked that because I literally just released a bunch of merch. So, and oh, you know, look at this. I have a hat right here. This looks planned. It's not planned. I just was wearing this earlier. So I've already promoted this a little bit, but I've got a hat, I've got some hoodies, I've got some t-shirts, I've got some stuff. I've got mugs, I've got a tote bag, I've got a bunch of posters. So yeah, and I'm designing more stuff. You know, that's obviously an amazing way to do it. Mais non, je peux avoir le numéro de ton pote, il est très beau. Ah mais attends, c'était quoi ce post? Attends, parce qu'en fait, je relis des questions il y a quelques Q&A, même il y a des semaines et tout. Attends, je vais regarder, c'était quel post? Mais non, ah c'est Hugo. Non mais c'est mon cousin. Hugo, j'ai un hume pour toi, frérot. Incroyable. On se contacte. On se contacte dans les DM. Dans les MP, je sais pas comment on dit en français, messages privés. Les messages privés, voilà. What is your skincare routine? My skincare routine is the most basic you've ever heard of. I use CeraVe in the shower. Shout out CeraVe. I'm not sponsored. Please sponsor me. You know, the basic like face wash that everybody uses. And then I just like moisturize once in a while. And that's it. That's it. That's it, baby girl. Baby girl, what the fuck? I've never said that in my life. All right, next question. Y'all are crazy. Yo, Robbie. I don't know if I can put this in there. Don't read it out loud, but yeah, you know.
Oh, somebody asked?
Somebody asked me that.
Oh, well, you know what I would do?
What would you do?
Are we filming?
Yeah, we're filming.
Oh, I would say that is a good question because it's an honest question.
It is very honest. It's a very honest
real question.
I just don't know if I feel I just don't.
Well, what I would do is I would say it's
All right, we're done. Have you ever been to Romania?
That's so weird. My grandfather was Romanian.
Oh yeah.
It's funny you should say that. He loved the food called Mama Liga.
Mama Liga.
And
I've heard of Mama. Oh, there was another Mama. They have a lot of mamas out there, I guess. Because there was like Mama Lushka or something like that I remember. My
Were
friend,
you there?
No, but my friend Luca is Romanian, and so his parents would make
Really?
it. Yeah. Oh man, it might be Mama Liga to be
So
honest.
Mama Liga is the Romanian word for polenta.
Oh, okay. Oh, tell them about this orange juice. So this orange juice that I'm drinking is the orange juice from this property.
Yeah, we pick the oranges, but what I do is there's a couple of trees up there, and the only way to get to them is me going on the roof. And those usually I go up on in June, July, and August. And those are saved for last, and it's amazing. They don't rot. Oddly enough, they don't rot. The skin may get a little tougher, but the juice is almost like candy. It just caramelizes.
You mean if you leave the oranges on the trees, they get sweeter?
Sweeter and sweeter.
Wow.
Sweeter
Damn.
and sweeter. Yeah.
But if you pick them, they rot, right? As soon as they get disconnected, is that right? Because you know what? I
No,
watched a
no.
documentary about olives. I was telling Gigi this. I watched a documentary. You know what extra virgin olive is? You know when olive oil is extra virgin? You know what that means?
Yes, it's never been touched.
Well, nice. When it's extra virgin, because the juice was extracted. The oil was extracted from the olives 24 hours after the olives hit the ground.
Wow. Yeah, I did
Because
hear that.
as soon as the olive is disconnected from the tree,
Yeah.
I guess the fruit kind of starts slowly rotting, basically.
Yeah,
So-
it's almost like a baby with the umbilical cord. Once it's cut, it's on its own. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a metaphor.
It's kind of like the stem. Is that weird? That's what I always.
I'd rather not think about that, but yeah. I mean, well, shout out to the oranges. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to conclude this Q&A here. So, thank you for your questions, and we'll be back.
If you have any questions, call my lawyer. No,
Yeah.
if you have any questions, just let it ring, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Yeah, there you go.